Let's see here. I've got the 12/31 bank statement. So the ending balance is 5551.31. So continue. And I'm just hiding everything after 12/31. And it looks like everything is marked. Okay, let me just take a look, see. Beginning, ending. Oh,
so this is going to be like for December. So it's doing just December, right? Or
I think it's doing for all time since the bank account was opened, because up until you'd never reconciled, so every transaction is here from the very beginning.
Okay.
Which I don't know for sure, but did you open did the store open in July of 2014 or early?
Oh, well, I took over the bookkeeping. So then it was just a mess. So we just opened up like a new start date basically, which I think was, I don't know, whichever is the first date in here, like 7/31/2014 maybe that's the new start date. And the rest we have old files, but I just didn't know what to do with them, and it was just all messed up. So I did a new start date.
Oh, okay. Alrighty. So let's see here. What I thought we would do is at 12/31, if we clear everything for the year up until 12/31, it just shows. See the difference down here? It says 658.48. That's just a small amount of from all time. That's what we're kind of off. Let me just see. Let me just look at the deposits in December real quick. Okay, there's that. Good. 12/19. That's kind of weird. What's that? Okay, 440. Okay. Oh, there's 240. Okay, good. Okay. I'm just trying to find. There's that one. Good. Okay. 57. There's that one. All right. So I'm just going to let QuickBooks reconcile. This is not a good thing to do in general, because this difference is going to get plugged into there's a certain account called reconciliation something, discrepancies. But just to get to a starting point at year end from last year, I'm going to go ahead and force the reconciliation, because it's saying, oh, you're out of balance. And so I'm going to enter the adjustment. So, and now let me show you when it gets finished here. What'll happen is it's clearing everything out, and then as of 1/1/15, we'll have a decent starting balance, and then we'll just reconcile. And are you set up to print at home from the remote access, or can you print to PDF? Or
if you hit print here, I believe it'll just print out at the shop, because I'm at home doing remote. So
let me just.
I mean, if it prints there, they won't really know what to do with it.
Let me just see.
Yeah, I'm guessing that's the printer right at the shop. So it'll print right there, but I'm actually not there.
Right, we don't want it going there. Do you have PDF writer? Because I'm wondering, that might be me, but do you have any kind of PDF writer on your computer that you know of?
Yeah, I believe Christine Christina, I think she helped us do something for that. Yeah, I think. You mean so that it turns into a PDF so we can email it, right?
Right.
Yeah, I think this is on this computer that you're on, so yeah.
Okay.
So I think it'll save it.
It's gonna go. Oh, good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it'll let you save it,
Let's see.
and then you can just put it in. You can just put it in my file, Christina. There's one on the desktop.
Yeah, just where did I just
If
see
you want to do that.
Where'd it go? There it is. I'm gonna go Intuit 1 and Intuit 2 because it should do both. I guess maybe it didn't. Okay, let me go look on the desktop here. Oh, there it is. Ah ha ha. Christina 2. Okay, or Intuit 2.
So it saves both. It saves two of them.
Yeah, because I did I did a summary and a detail.
Okay,
So,
detail summary.
yeah, let's see, where's your, okay, never mind, we're remote, right? Okay, so it's there in your folder. And you can print them out or save them somewhere later. So now let's see, what do I have? I have June.
Well, do I need to save those, or what's the importance of do I print monthly of those and put them away, or what should I be doing with those?
Yeah, what you should do is good practice is whether you keep paper files or if you store PDFs somewhere, so that just in case, knock on wood, the IRS comes to audit you, you want to be able to produce your bank statements and your reconciliations.
Oh, okay. So those are important. I guess if you were to get audited, they'd want to see your reconciliations as well as your bank statements.
Well, they definitely want to see the bank statements. The reconciliation.
Well, yeah, of course, your bank statements.
Yeah, reconciliation is more for you and maybe your accountant, your tax guy. Some of them like to see the reconciliations.
Yeah, makes sense of it. Okay.
Just just say, yeah, we reconcile. So.
Okay.
So at this point, I'm going to hit the reconcile again, and we'll reconcile as of March 31st, just see how close we can get, just for fun. Okay, so at the end of March, and where I'm getting the balance is, on the page 1 and the summary, it has a beginning balance and then it shows a new balance. And the new balance is basically the ending balance as of, 3/31. I'm picking it up off that March statement. I just want to see how close we get. And if I mark them all. Oh, looky. It's the exact opposite of the other adjustment. So that tells me as of 3/31, then everything is really hunky-dory. So I kind of like that. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
And no discrepancy, really, because if it's opposite that, does that mean that maybe I just put a wrong date on something, like a transaction or something?
Yeah, it could be that a date was off, or that something we marked clear didn't clear until now, or vice versa. Yeah. So that's good. So we'll go ahead and we're going to force this one too, because it'll just, there'll be an offset.
It'll just zero it out, right?
Yeah, exactly. And now, let me just see in here at that. I'm going to go look at the account where that went to, and I'm just going to change the year for one of them so that it doesn't screw up 2014 and 15. All right, come on, where did you guys go? There, aha. Okay. Okay, and let me look at the chart of accounts. Oh, that's so great. That makes
Awesome. So it just zeroed it out. That's perfect.
So I'm just going to take the 12/31 entry and I'm just going to make it January 1st of this year, just so that it's a zero. It zeroes out this year and doesn't show up in last year's books at all.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
So I'm just zeroing it out this year, and we'll call it a day. Well, that's wonderful. I love it. Okay, so now let's go reconcile June. We're just doing like
I think the dates that I'm up to now is I was just cleaning up September. So yeah, I think I'm at like September 1st, so we could do.
Yeah, I have the 9/30 bank statement. So we'll just see how we might just see if we could do the September 30th. See how if we balance to that point.
Yeah, it just seems like it's maybe this reconciliation will help when I go to transfer or when I do the connect through my banking or whatever. It still shows up so many different transactions from a long time ago, and hopefully this reconciliation will just clear those or something, because it just takes me forever. There has to be an easier way just to...
Yeah, and what I'll do for it, when we get finished with the reconciliation, we'll go look at your the online bank feed thing, and I'll just I'll delete everything that doesn't belong. So you don't have to keep looking at it, because it's really
yeah, because that's what I was trying to do is just uncheck the boxes, but it didn't delete it. So yeah, I would love to learn how to just remove those.
I'll show you. Yeah, I'll show you how that will work. So let me just see one thing here. How do these
this one differences. Yeah. So is that saying that I'm short or I'm over? So when it says difference and it's a negative, I mean, I guess is that saying that I'm
sometimes, I have to admit that I don't know which way it's going. Okay, so this is saying that you actually have more debits, more payments going out than are recorded. But what I'm looking at on the am I on June? Yeah. Okay. So I'm looking at the June bank statement itself, and I'm just trying to clear the all of the checks that are on the statement. So, and what I'm going to do is uncheck the ones that have not cleared. That's my way of cheating. So,
not clear. Okay.
20. Oh, this is weird. These numbers aren't jiving.
The date off, or what's looking?
Well, do you have a bank statement handy? The June, would you have them handy to?
Yeah, we can just pull it up here.
Yeah, there you go. Just pull up the June 30th bank statement, because it's kind of weird. Because the check numbers don't match,
Oh, the check numbers? Yeah, I never know what to do with those. So yeah, the check numbers definitely are probably not going to match, because I never touched those numbers, I guess. I never knew how to... That's definitely something that I could use your help with.
Okay.
All right, so we want to get into June?
Yep.
What's the date? Just June 1st to the 30th?
Yeah, 1st through the 30th. Yep.
Let's see. All right, so there's June 1st.
Oh, and see where it says types? on the drop down, can you just put checks?
Where is it at?
Right here. Right here. We just want, I wonder if it'll do withdrawal. Which should just be the checks. There we go. Okay. So when I look in QuickBooks, see this one that's 225? That one actually matches. I know that one match. But is it in QuickBooks? Let's see, 2340.
There's not a way to search in here, huh? To quickly find them out.
See, it doesn't match. Yeah. Oh, crud. This is going to be difficult when the... Okay, so I wonder... So are you telling me that when you're writing checks, we don't know... I don't even know. Wow, that's really... that's bad news there, because we don't even know. 2459. So if we go back...
Oh, that one, you know what? This one right here, I just did because my computer was not working when I pressed this. So I can change that right here and right now because now I know who it's to. I just put that in there because I didn't know this wasn't working in the pop-up window. So I can actually just fix that now. But yeah, whenever I do checks, I mean, I hardly write them now in QuickBooks because it was faster just for me to be in the register window and just put in the amount, I guess, for any kind of like debits or withdrawals or any kind of expenses that come out of our account. I just do it in the register because that's faster for me, but obviously you know, that's probably not correct how I'm doing it.
Well, it depends on if it's if it's an accounts payable something or other, you know, for something that comes over from point of sale, you'd want to pay the bill. See, like here it was something that came over. And I don't know what that's about, but anyway, this would be if you owed somebody money, you would click here to pay them, and then if it's already been paid, you would say assign check number, and then you would put here the date that whenever it was actually came out of the account, and then for the check number you can leave it blank, or I usually put like DM for debit memo in where the check number goes.
Okay.
So like here, you know, if there's no check number, I put DM, and if there is, I put the number, you know, coinciding.
Or you could even leave it blank. I guess I never knew that you could leave it blank. So yeah. That's good to know. This other one here, if you go back, that thing's in my way. Where is that? Well, we just that showed our accounts payable. Where were we just at?
Oh, I was under vendor pay bills. I was just here.
Oh yeah. So this one is our insurance, and we prepay for a certain amount of insurance, or we have a certain amount to pay total that we owe them, and then we pay monthly payments to them. So I guess I would put this in here as an accounts payable because we owe them that much, and then to keep whenever we make payments to make that number, you know, deducted from our payments. I don't know if that was even right or whatever. I just kind of, and that's not even correct right now. I have to go in and fix that because I've been taking the payments I do to capital premium financing and just putting them in the register right now and not doing anything with it. So yeah, I need a lot of kind of guidance in here.
Oh, I see. So a payment was applied to it.
511, and there's one every single month up until now that are not showing in here, and it's of that same amount. So I don't know if this is even right, and obviously you can tell me if this is right putting this in accounts payable. I would think so, because it's, you know, we're paying on that certain account until it's paid off, right? That's what we owe them.
You could do it that way, and the other thing you could do is just, you know, just pay them every month and expense it monthly, because the thing is when you posted this in March, whatever that total was, you expensed it in March. and maybe you don't want it showing up all of the, all of that expense in one month. You'd want it to kind of spread out over the year,
Yeah.
right?
Which would be nice.
So let me just see. Let me just see at your. Yeah, we definitely don't need a prepaid in expense. So 14.
So can we just clean that? I guess can we get rid of that then and just do it how you said and just pay it every month? I guess we don't need that full balance there. I was just
we'll write that off because we've already made payments against it. We'll just clear it out. But it looks almost too like, see right here, you've got two. Oh no, that's never mind. That's my bad. Why are there two though? One has a number. One is a credit.
Yeah, so there we go. So up until 9/9, I've been putting it. Yeah, so I just haven't been using that accounts payable. I guess we can just ignore that and just, if it makes it harder on me, I just won't even do that.
Yeah.
But yeah,
yeah. So you did it. You did a credit, which is kind of weird, and then you did the check part, but you posted it to expense. Yeah, I'm really confused. Okay. A credit to insurance. And then it should be a debit to insurance, and it is. So it's like an offset. And you probably really what you were trying to do was pay on the accounts payable, but it didn't work that way. 23.
Yeah, right? That's exactly what I was trying to do. But obviously I was trying to teach myself how to do it.
Yeah.
And it didn't work.
Yeah. Okay, I see, said the blind girl. Okay, and then this thing, we've got one payment, I think in May, that did get applied. Which is, we're doing through June. Okay, so that's all right. This one, I just want to get rid of. Okay, and then this. All right, so these check numbers, have they just been populating automatically? When you go into are the check have these numbers, the check numbers, they've just been happening. Is that?
Yes, I haven't touched them at all. So if they increase my numbers, I never touch them. I never even do anything with them.
Okay, so then when things are clearing the account, how do you know what check number they are? Or you just entered it? Is that what happened when you were in the register? You're just entering stuff, whatever you.
Yeah, that's literally what I'm doing. Almost like writing them in your own register whenever you make purchases. That's what I'm using this as. So obviously, I mean, that could be wrong, but
well, no, it's not that you're wrong. It's that you should have been blanking out the check numbers. Like this Intuit merchant fee account, there's no way it was a check. I know these come out automatically. No. And so your check number sequence is completely off. And so I don't even know what to do about that one. But maybe one thing you could do is take your, starting backwards from September, and anything that is not a check number, not an actual check, get rid of the check number. Because it's really.
Can I just go in and just hit
Here's all you have to do. Let's where's that one I just had open? Because I know.
So just get rid of it and then save it?
Yep.
And would that be correct?
Yep, that's it.
Okay. Well, actually, that was a check. So anything that's so then, if it's an actual check, would I just go back and sync those numbers up with what I show on my online, right? And my bank statement?
Yes, exactly. What is actually on the bank statement, you want to be the number, so that if somebody said, "Hey, Go pull check number 2262 and let me look at it, because that's one of the things that the IRS would do in an audit, or anybody else. It's like, okay, where's this check? So that's why it's real important to have the good sequence. Yeah. And then no check number.
Okay, so for anytime I actually write a check, it's important to use the check window, write checks window, and sync up those numbers. So that's the importance of that. So I understand that. But then for anything else that's just coming out of my account, using the registry, just like I've been doing, that's correct then?
Yeah, as long as it's not a bill payment. And anything, you can write checks right in here. It's not a problem. I like to do I like to use the write check window only because I can see more. And then sometimes, you might have multiple accounts. It might be, a loan payable, and then you might have interest, because you can keep entering things down here, and you can, so that if you wanted to have multiple expenses on the same check, it's easier right here. But you can also, while you're in your little window, which is, there's nothing wrong with doing it this way, while you're in here, you can say, show me the splits, and you can add more down here.
So, okay. So you can do it both ways.
Both ways are fine and dandy. Let me just see, and then you can just close that window. And let me go look, see, I think maybe it was August. You were telling, one of the things you sent me didn't have, you said you were missing one of the statements, but I got the one from September. I guess here's August 31st. Okay, one sec. I'll see if I can find that check number for that guy. Let's see, 24617.
Oh yeah, the one that says ask my accountant. I just put it there because my online pop-up window was down where it wasn't showing me who I wrote that check to.
Oh yeah, no, not that. I'm talking about this Dave Ember right here.
Oh yeah,
that one. Yeah.
Deleted that number. Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, there it is. Okay, so let me just edit this transaction, and it was 2322. So you're probably seeing this a lot too. Because of the way that your check sequence is kind of goofed up now, you're going to see that a lot. So you'll definitely want to get your check numbers in order.
Okay.
Yeah, because like this 2576, these are way off because you're not even there yet.
Yeah.
In let's see, where's September? All the way in September, you're only in the, where's the check now? 2300s. So for sure, these 25s are all out of whack. So, yeah. Okay, so let's go back to our problem at hand here. So on the capital premium finance, do you actually write them a check, or is it auto coming out of your bank?
Usually I write a check. The last one, maybe the last two, I've been paying online. So I guess that would be a debit, or would it?
Yeah.
I guess it would be a debit.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's a check by mine. I'm not sure what I gave them.
Okay. All right. So let's just see where we're at here. The problem with the check number sequence now is because the numbers don't match, I'm going to have a heck of a time figuring out what didn't clear at the end of June. But let's just go by dollars. Let's see here. So
yeah, that's what I had to do before.
Because all these numbers are meaningless, because they don't match anything. So we just got to go by dollars. Wow. Let's see. Man. Let me see what else I can think of here. April. Modify. So we got kind of lucky when we hit March.
All right, so starting March 1st or starting really April 1st is where I have to backtrack and really see what we're off by. So.
Yeah, we got real lucky when we got to March 31st that, you know, we were off by the exact, you know, the opposite at 12/31. So it's like everything was fine as of 3/31. So starting here, let's just look. I've got your April bank statement handy here. So maybe the thing for you to do, since you have all the PDFs now because you sent them to me, is starting with April. So like this Intuit for $21.95. I guarantee that's not a check. And it's
not the debit.
Yep. So, and if you just if you want, you can leave them blank. They don't have to have a check number. It's fine with me. Do you want to leave them blank or?
Yeah, we'll just leave them blank, and then all the ones that are actually checked, I'll try to sync up all those numbers, make them match.
So that's what I would suggest doing is, first of all, take your bank statement itself and then just, so see like this O'Reilly, that's another one. And a pretty fast way too probably would be, see right here where it says this little arrow, next. It's just gonna, and then just go through and then each one and then just see if it is, or see, yeah, like this $6 one, that's not a check. So just one by one, just go next. Yes, yes. Save anyway. Okay, let me change something. Make this a little easier. We're going to make it where if something is a year old, it's not going to warn you anymore that it's, you know, one day in the future.
Okay.
And we're going to set a closing date of 12/31/14 because we reconciled. Right. Yeah. We don't want anybody to be able to change prior. So, and then do you have like a 4-digit PIN or something that you will not forget? Well, you're the
yeah. Can we just do the password to log into the QuickBooks?
Sure, yeah.
Whatever. Or does it have to be 4 digits?
It doesn't. Okay. It can be anything. You go ahead and type it in twice there and then click OK. And you can change it because, you know, you are the administrator. So if you forget it, you can just go in and you can change it anytime. Okay, so now what'll happen, let's say, what is this, 85? Yeah, that's no check. Okay.
So now it'll ask for a password if I want to change anything before
one of this year.
Last year.
Yeah. Right. So let me just see. I'm going to try to write a check and date it last year. And now this should say, now if it doesn't ask for a password, I'm going to be so mad. Let's see, what's the date? Okay. Oh my God, it did it. Oh, I'm really mad.
That's weird.
That should not have happened. I think maybe, why would that be? Did I put the wrong, yeah, delete it. Yeah, delete it. Did I put the wrong year? That's weird. I put the closing date, 12/31.
Yeah, 14.
12/31. And I dated something 12/31. Okay. Let's close the QuickBooks file and reopen it. Is that okay?
Oh, yeah, we do that fine.
Okay. So we'll get out, go back in, and then sometimes, you know, you got to like refresh it or something. Oh, okay, we're okay. We don't need you right now, Mr. Banker. Okay, you can type it in there. All right, now let's go try to write another check. If it does it now, I'm really going to be wow, it did it. Okay, there has to be a reason.
Did it go through?
Yeah, and I'm not liking that at all. That's really weird. Okay. So let me just look at the users. Oh, can you put in your password? Okay. Oh. It still should ask you. Oh, look. Okay. Can you put the that's why it didn't do it. Okay. Let me just make sure it worked. Okay, good. Okay, now one more time. There.
There we go.
Huh, hallelujah. Okay. Good news. All right. So, and I think I just really screwed up your check number sequence, but now you know that when you're in your check register and you go to put stuff in, just wipe out the today. Let's see. Yeah, see. And you just hit backspace and it'll blank out the check number.
Okay.
So,
okay. Right, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So as far as when I go and I fix all that, I might as well do a reconciliation so I know how to do them and do them by month, I guess, while I do that.
You know, I think that would be really great. And so, you know, like here's the May 30th is set up. So if we hit continue here, get bigger. So let's unmark all. And, you know, whatever way is fastest for you is fine by me. And maybe it is just because these we've just fixed. We know these are good. And then maybe by just doing the one at a time thing going forward with the bank statement will be real easy. You know, because probably this Vonage isn't. Yeah, that's not a check. And then all I could do is say next.
So they'll let you edit them right in the reconciliation window. So I'm just going one by one in the reconciliation window. I don't have to go into any other window. I'm just editing them right there, huh?
Well, you could be in here, but you know, I was just starting off in here because really you're in the you're in the check. You're in the actual the check itself. And
right, because it's opening it up.
Yeah, so it's opening up, and then I just did that to get to this point, and this is a debit. I'm just looking at the statement. So
then when I go to, I guess what I'm confused about is after I reconcile, and the numbers need to be zeroed out at the end. I guess I'm just, when I do that every month, I haven't run through how to really do that. I've seen you do that thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe let's just do this one so you'll see how it's going to end up. Because even if you were to do a month on your own and it doesn't, it ends up where it's not balanced, then you could keep going forward with getting rid of the check numbers that don't belong, and then we can always we can connoiter again, you know, and go over the next little step.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, you don't write as many checks as it looks. 162 is really a check, and see, it's 2311 is the check number. So I'm looking at it.
And you were just looking at the check number for this one? That's 2311?
Yeah, because on the bank,
okay, yeah.
I'm looking at the actual April bank statement, and on 4/2,
yeah.
check number 2311 cleared for 162.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. And do they send you copies of your checks? No. No, we would have to go look online, and who wants to do that? Blech. But I do that for clients when I have no idea who they wrote a check to. I'll go open it up like what you did at your bank and go see what was it, so so I can enter it.
Right, that's what I do. Yep, because I write most of the checks, but sometimes the owner of the business does it as well, which is my father-in-law, so I'll have to go in and see what he wrote a check for.
Yeah, exactly. I do that all the time. People, they forget that, you know, the bookkeeper needs to know. Like, hello, thank goodness.
Do you do bookkeeping for other businesses as well?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, that's
awesome.
That's kind of my forte. Okay, so what day is this? 4/3 Safeway. Yeah, that's one that doesn't have a check, so that's good. Pedigo 862. Oh, there it is. Pedigo, that's a debit card. Next, yes, save. 160. Save. Bondage, debit card. Next, yes, save. Foreign transaction fee. That's weird.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah. Somebody must, I don't know, maybe somebody bought a, I don't know what that could be, foreign.
We get them in our account. I don't know, probably it's not once every other month, and it's for like 5 cents, 10 cents. I mean, foreign transaction fee, isn't that like going out of the country? I mean, we don't go out of the country for our business.
Yeah, this is almost like a customer who bought something at your store is from a foreign country. You know,
well, right. So then it would be like for one transaction, and I see them. I mean, I've probably saw like I don't know, 10 of them total. We don't really sell outside of the United States.
Oh no, but somebody say I'm from Japan. I came to your store and rented a bike for a day. That's the only thing I could think of. I could be wrong. Or someone from Canada, or you know, something like that. But otherwise, I mean, I would be asking ATM, point of sale, Visa. Yeah, I'd be saying, what is this? Because what if that's a scam where somebody's getting 5 cents out of 10 million accounts? They're making bank.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, if it is a scam, then I wouldn't want them even getting a nickel. Next. Trader Joe.
Do you use the same like point of sale system for your bookkeeping and all that? Are you familiar with all that? Like, do your businesses use that?
just the
The point of sale system and
Pedigos all use the point of sale, and I do bookkeeping for 3 or 4. I'm losing count, 4 or 5, and I'm about to get 2 more. I'm not, you know, I'm not the queen of point of sale. I'm getting really good at it, but I'm really good in QuickBooks. You know, I just have way more experience, you know, in QuickBooks. But I've had it's a little over 2 years in point of sale, so I'm pretty good. I can figure stuff out.
awesome.
Yeah. So, alrighty. So
Cool. That's what I'm trying to figure out is all of that too. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. It's a big learning curve. Okay,
It
so
is.
that's that. Coals. Quality bikes. Next, yeah. Save. Batteries. J&B. Yeah, see all of these, the vendors are all very familiar to me, you know, because they're all,
All these vendors.
everybody uses J&B and Quality, and, you know.
Yeah, so that's another thing that when I go in here, when a purchase is made, you know, one of our employees buys a bike or something to fill a special order or something from Pedigo. When I categorize it in here and I write it in QuickBooks, I do inventory asset, right? I mean, how do I guess, put it in our system where we buy a bike, and that's where I'm getting confused too, is when we buy merchandise, how do I what account do I use when I, you know, put that in the system or mark it in our system?
Yeah, here's,
Is it inventory asset? Right, like this one, J&B Importers. Even if we just sold that part, and I'm not sure even if we have it anymore or if it was a special order, but do I do inventory asset, right?
well, here's the thing. Up until whenever you guys got your inventory count handled, and I can't remember off the top of my head what Christina said it was. Let me, gosh, how to answer that question. Technically, things in point of sale are supposed to shove over to QuickBooks and say, you know, like, you owe J&B this money because there was an invoice for $30.32 for some stuff that should have been in point of sale. Up until whenever you guys got it corrected, things weren't being pushed over from point of sale into QuickBooks. Because what should happen,
Right.
you know, that's why, like, right here, when we go into this pay bills for the vendors, see this Pedigo one? This came over from point of sale. Let's go look at the bill. It should have come over. Yeah, because see, here's the item. We could go and find this exact transaction over in point of sale, and it pushed it over here that says, okay, you owe them this money. And if we looked at your let me look at your September bank statement, which I should have right here. Sometime after 9/23, there should be a debit for $24.52 coming out, going to Pedigo. 17. I'm hunting it. There it is. On 9/29, this was paid. This $24.52. You have the September statement. So let me just see something. Where's the edit, find.
24.52, yeah, so 9:30 it says.
Oh, okay. So so the September stuff you haven't entered just yet, right? For the banking.
No.
Okay. So what we're gonna do is vendor pay
So all vendors really should be handled through point of sale. Pretty much all purchases
Yes.
and vendors, because you're adding inventory to the point of sale system. That makes sense. And you're transferring that purchase bill to QuickBooks, where I would mark it paid or unpaid or whatever.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Right. Because
so anything in inventory you would add over there. Okay.
yeah, because see what happens behind the scenes is that point of sale says, okay, we're going to put this in inventory, so it counts it over in point of sale, so you have a good record. Then it just shoves a journal entry to QuickBooks and says, so let me pay this. I'm just going to pay this 20 because I know it got paid on the 29th with the debit card. And done. Okay, so now if we go here, let me go look at let me just show you in your chart of accounts here. Go look at your inventory asset. See, like I doubt you have 106,000 in inventory because, everything's just, everything's been shoved in there but never relieved from there because of the way things haven't come over from point of sale correctly. So,
that's another question is how would I fix that to reflect what we have in inventory right now? I mean, everything's just so messed up that, like, how would I fix that number and then going forward do it correctly?
Yeah. When things, can you put in a password or something? Yeah. And let's go take a look-see. Okay, so here it's saying the last exchange was on October 11th. And so it must be, your point of sale probably isn't set up to automatically push over to QuickBooks. Does that sound about right?
I thought it was every night. I mean, I thought it was automatic, but somehow that got turned off. I don't know. Sometimes when I log in at night to do more, updating or whatever, it says, oh, this hasn't run, and I thought it runs all the time. Which, on that note, I remember your email about Norton. So we do have it updated somewhere else. So online, we have an update online, right? So Norton takes, you know what I'm saying? Like it's saved online somewhere? Or
oh, you mean your backup? Yeah. The backup?
Yes,
yes.
backup. Yeah. That's the word I was trying to
Yeah. I talked to Christina and Lisa, and they said, "Oh yeah, they put on that. It's a. I didn't know they had this, but it's a Norton antivirus with the backup." I said, "Oh, perfect. So everything backs up automatically, which is awesome.
Right.
That's really good. I like that." So let me just look at the last time. Okay. Okay. So let me just take a look. See. Are we in sales or what are we in here? It's kind of hard to see. Oh, there we go. There we go. That's better. Portland, Oregon. Okay. So we got sales.
So this one, while that was open, actually, while this was open, I just wanted to show you this. We had an online bike that was purchased through PayPal. So Christina had us charge it to this customer's account, this amount to that customer's account. That way, when we transfer the money from PayPal into our account, then it'll reflect, obviously that payment into our account. So now I've already transferred the funds, so I just wanted to show you this right now. Do you know what we do with this amount that's in the customer's account now that I've transferred it over? Should I wait until those funds, I think it takes 3 to 4 business days to get into our account, and then I do something with this amount here? Or I was just gonna...
here's the, in fact, I talked to Christina about this exact transaction this morning, so I'm glad we're doing this now. So what'll happen is, and we probably should do this now, but let me take a backup of your QuickBooks file right here before I forget. And options, and okay, and use it because we know we're good. Yeah. So I'm going to let QuickBooks Backup, and then we're going to push the financial data over from point of sale, and then I'll show you how that $1,800 transaction ends up in QuickBooks, so that then when the money comes in, you know, you'll get that from PayPal. I'll show you exactly how to record the transaction when it hits your account.
Perfect.
Yeah, because I'm sure there'll be a little fee involved, right? You probably won't get the full.
What's that?
I said there might be a fee involved from PayPal.
Yeah, I noticed there was a little bit of a difference. Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't remember what the difference is, but I can check.
Yeah, we'll, okay, let's see here. Okay, that's good. Let's go over here. So I backed up. We're good there. We'll go ahead and update QuickBooks right now. Because what point of sale is going to do is it's going to push this $1,899.99 over to QuickBooks in accounts receivable, because you're due the money. That's account charge, means it's going to be in accounts receivable.
Accounts receivable, that makes sense.
Yeah. So now let's go over here to our customer, and we'll just say, show me the one with the open balance, and it's just this one. So now we have an invoice dated yesterday, and it's everything they bought, blah, blah, blah. And there it is. And they owe you this money. Now, when you receive the funds from PayPal, what you would do is, you're going to go to customer. You're going to receive payment. Oh, darn. I forgot their number just that fast. Their name.
It was Christy Coleman. I think last name is Coleman.
Yeah. CEO. I know it was with the CEO. There it is. Christy.
There you go, Christy Colwell.
Okay. Now, let's say PayPal. How are they gonna pay you?
It's going right into my regular checking account, and the amount that I'm actually transferring is $1844.59. So they took a little bit off.
Yep. So now they took $55.40. Boy, that's a chunk. And so
yeah, right.
That's kind of nutty. And then if they have any kind of reference number that they give you, you can put it right in there.
Not that I see. Okay.
Okay. And then let's say it's going to be on the 15th, just for fun. And then what you're going to do is you're going to write off the extra amount.
And where does that go to?
When we hit save and close, it's going to ask us for an account to write that off to. And I think I would write that off to the merchant fee, because that's what it basically is. It's like a discount. It would be like if you charged a Visa or something. So when I say save and close, and then it's going to ask me for the account. And so you just go to that merchant account fee. I'm just going to hit cancel, because I don't actually want to do it, because I want you to do it when you receive the funds, and you'll know the day it hits the account. And so it's just, you know, from the home page, customer. You could even go to the customer center and do this, where you just see who's there, and then from there you can, you know, receive the payment. There's so many ways to do stuff in here, but receive payment there. You can receive payment from the home page. You just want to make sure to put the actual amount you received. You know, check off the whole. Oh yeah, sorry. Okay, yeah, 18 whatever. And then sorry, QuickBooks. And then it'll show you, you know, write it off. Sometimes if somebody underpays you and you want it, you'll say, hey, leave that as an underpayment, and I'll ask them to send more money, you know. But here you just write it off.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
okay, that makes sense. All right. So I'll just wait until that gets.
Yeah. And then the day it hits your account is when you just want to go in here and receive it, and just write off the difference. Piece of cake.
Okay. Yeah.
So now.
Yeah, my cash drawer is pretty messed up too, but we'll do that next time.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's kind of hefty there. How come? I wonder why it's a negative. Yeah, well, yeah, let's see how far back does the problem go.
Well, at least we got, I feel like I got a little more of an understanding of where I need to go from here.
Yeah. Yeah, up until now it's been dicey, I'm sure. I'm just trying to see. Oh, okay, so really, what the heck? Was it this 5,000 that really did us in? Yep. Let me see that again. Credit memo. Credit memo. 850. Let's go look at this gal in here. Am I seeing a mirage here or what? Oh, there's no R. I am seeing a mirage. It's Bath.
Batha, B-A-T-H-A.
There we have it. Okay, so let's see here. We have a sales receipt on 8/14. And where did that go? It was a check. Oh, did you guys refund her with a check by chance? Because
what was it, 814?
yeah, 8/14 is when they paid it, but then over in QuickBooks, it has a credit memo like she returned it all. See, if you look here, okay, close that. Oh shoot, sorry. Back, I get lost sometimes. Okay, so we had a sale, and then here's the return. And it's saying cash, 5,000. I can't imagine you guys giving somebody back cash that second. And this is in August. Let me go look at the August bank statement. The technology. And I'll bet we wrote a check in August, maybe.
One of that just came back out of the account. I didn't look at that. But that's in August. Maybe I did look at that.
Let's see. What was that date? 8/15. What happened after 8/15? $5,000. Well, you know, it's kind of interesting. Oh, I know what happened. You gave her back her check. I'll bet you. You asked whoever did this transaction. I'll bet they just said, here's your check, go away. But they didn't know how to, you know, work it in here. Who can blame?
That's what I was thinking too. Because they just put cash, because basically it is cash when you do a check. So
yeah,
that's probably why they marked it that.
So over here in QuickBooks, then in August.
Did we get a deposit for that? What was the date? 8/15?
Yeah,
we never got that.
8/14 is when the sale occurred, but I don't see any big chunky deposit hitting the bank account.
Well, that actually would go into our different account. If it was a check, it would have been, because we have a debit card for the store. That way we don't have all of our, so it was what, what was the amount? 5,000
5,330.
No, we never got a deposit for that in our other account either.
Well,
so it was just never deposited, so I bet you it was just, I don't know, maybe they just changed their mind? I have no idea.
So when you say the other account, are you talking about the tours checking account versus business?
Yeah, the tours checking account is basically for like our tours that we do around Bend and everything, and they have a debit card for that. We do brew tours where we, you know, do samples of beer on the tours and stuff like that, and then they do different kinds of expenses, like little stuff, going to you know, the FedEx or whatever, they'll use that card instead of having.
That's good. That's smart. That's smart. They don't have access to all the money.
Yeah, exactly, but just a little bit. So if it's a check, then still do a deposit, like walk over to the ATM and put mostly those checks in that account, and then I will do a transfer from that account into our main account. So that's what I've been doing on here as well. Is and another question I have for you is when I do transfers from both of my bank accounts, I do, like I'll go up to banking and just do like transfer funds.
Yeah.
which hopefully I'm doing that the right way. But when I do any kind of transfer that I show in my, you'll see a bunch of them in my bank statements, and I'll just do it right here. So hopefully
that's fine.
That's the right way.
Yeah, that's really good.
Okay, yeah.
And then the other thing, well, what I would do for, this is fine for when you're actually, you're transferring money between bank accounts. But if you're anything with the cash, from the cash drawer into the bank accounts, that's when I would make a deposit.
Yeah, that's what I do as well.
And then
that window pops up.
Yeah, and then sometimes some of the payments, see, like here's that Backup lady. This is actually offset by that credit memo that should go to the cash drawer. But before we do it, well, I'll go ahead only because, and I'm going to backdate this. It was August 15th. And this goes to the cash drawer because that's where the credit memo went. And if you can you make a note to just verify that you guys actually, that what they did is just gave her back her check, and because it looks like that's what happened is they came one day and then they returned it all. Right?
Yeah, let me just say something else. Martha Bassa.
Yeah. So we had a sale on 8/14 and then a return on the 15th. And I there's just no way that the money went in the account. I don't see it because it said a check. Yeah, it says a check. I mean, there's a big 6,400 in August, but it's from Intuit, so it's not a deposit. So I'm guessing that she returned it.
Yeah, because it would have been just a deposit, and the only ones I see, because it would have been in the tour account, and the only ones I see are not for, and they're not for that amount at all, or even anywhere close to that amount.
Okay, good. Okay, so that's another thing is on your tours checking account, we've got do you suppose some of these things then, these checks, are you saying that those go into that tour account because they can't?
Yeah, so mostly all checks, most of all the checks. I mean, there's been maybe a couple times where I've done it, and since I know I have the regular business card, I'll put it into the main account. But yeah, the majority of all checks go into the tour account. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So then these, when you're looking at that other bank account, you can deposit them to that bank account, And sometimes would they combine a check with cash from the cash drawer?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
So and then when that's the case, I'm not gonna post it, but I'll just show you. And then if there's more, then here you go. You add. Oh, where's the cash drawer? Here. Then you just put in. If it was, they added 500 to it, and you could say cash to get whatever the actual bank deposit is to the tour checking account. Because you always want, when you're when you're reconciling, you want what hits the bank to be able to be seen, so you can click it to clear it to reconcile. Then you know for sure that you're good to go. Okay, so now your cash drawer doesn't look quite as bad. But there may be more things since it goes into that tour checking. When you reconcile that, this should go down every time you deposit, cash it'll go from the cash drawer into tour checking. That's probably why this is so negative.
Yeah, that is, and especially since it's probably missing a couple expenses and debits that came out, or
so
whatever.
So as you move forward in the months, these will get the differences should by the end of the month there shouldn't be much. You shouldn't see negatives or big positives in the cash drawer unless it's the last day of the month and somebody said here's $2,000 and you don't make it to the bank because most Pedagos will keep like a couple $100 change in a cash drawer, something like that. So
that balance should always be a positive of just 200 or whatever to keep in there. It's usually 100, around 100. We don't need that much.
Ah, good. So once you're and then when you get all of this beautifully caught up and you feel warm and fuzzy, then say like at the end of this month, you have whoever is at the store give you a good cash count out of that cash drawer, and then you just adjust it to what it should be. And let me see your chart of accounts, because I usually like to have a chart of account, an account set up called, you know, cash over short, so that if it's not too much of a difference, not payouts. I don't even know why people use this one. I don't get it. Oh, I know why. This comes over. I think this comes over from.
Did I do that one? Maybe I did that on accident. Did I do that? I don't think I. Maybe I did that on accident. We shouldn't be paying some cash to our payout monthly, but it should just come out of our account. Maybe I did that on accident.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Usually, what this account will come over from point of sale, but this doesn't look like point. But anyway, normally in the point of sale, if somebody says, "Oh, I have to run out and buy $45 worth of something," they'll take it out of the cash drawer, and then when they do end of day, they'll account for that cash being gone. And then it comes over into here. And then what I usually do when I see those, then I just move it where it really belongs. What is Smart Waiver? Do you know?
Yeah, it's just having contracts or for when we do tours and stuff, like liability contracts or whatever.
Is it like,
they're just online, so it's emergency basically. But it came out as a debit from our regular account instead of not a cash flow payout.
Okay.
I don't know why that happened. Maybe I did it on it.
So it's not insurance. It's a emergent account fee.
I think I usually do it as like a computer expense, maybe, or something. I don't know. I think that's why I usually put it as like a computer and internet expense, because it's for
Let me see.
online.
Oh, come on. I keep hitting the wrong. Emergent account fee. Okay. All right. Oh, sorry. Wrong place. Yeah. Yeah, so usually if you see anything in the cash drawer payouts, you'll just double click it and see what is it, and then just reclassify it. But I'll just add you a cash over short 61300. New expense, new. I'll make it 612 cash over short. Over is be a credit in that account. Short, it's a debit. So say when you get your your cash drawer counted, then all you would have to do to balance it out is, when you know what the difference is, you just do a journal entry or make journal entry. And okay, shut up QuickBooks, and we're going to say, and it will be cash over short. Let's say it's short $100, and this is just to balance cash drawer to actual. And then it's just this would deduct $100 out of the cash drawer, and it would expense the 100 to the over short account. That's one. It's
basically moving it from that $100 from, all right, that makes sense, from cash to cash drawer. Okay.
Well, it's out of the cash drawer, because it's like you don't have the money anymore. It's a loss. Right. And so I'm expensing $100, and then I'm decreasing the cash drawer because it's not in there.
So you would really only use journal entries, like for you, do you use them a lot, or really only like in these times where you need to just, I guess, correct a balance and move it from one place to another, right?
Right, yeah. I try to use forms, checks, sales, things. QuickBooks loves forms, doesn't really like journal entries as much because it's harder to find things when you're trying to hunt something down in a journal entry. But accountant types love journal entries because it's quick. I've seen accountants where they do everything with a journal entry and then they wonder, why can't I figure out my sales? Well, you can get a number, but you don't know who you sold it to and all that kind of stuff, or what you sold, because you're not using the forms. But yeah, so okay, so that's good. This is looking up.
Looking better. Yeah, I just have a bunch of work to do to fix it up. But I mean, at least today, I mean, I feel a little bit more confident in going forward, so I can fix a little bit more stuff, go back, fix the check numbers.
Yeah. Yeah, so why don't you start with and the only reason I went into the reconcile window and clicked from there to get, that was just to help me figure out where was I in the numbers. So like we just start, and this one see, now you can also tell which ones we fixed them so they're not checked anymore.
Okay.
Then if you go back in, you can recheck these. All of the ones without check numbers. And then
checking them is basically saying that it matches your statement.
That's it. It's saying, yeah, every check mark means, oh, I see that on the bank statement. It's there, it's there, it's there. When you get to the point of, if you click off all the deposits, you want to see, does it equal the amount that's on the bank statement in April that says what hit the bank account, what was actually deposited. And that is, it should be $13,617.60 per the statement. So if we were to check off all of these, you should be able to see that. You know, that you got the other got the other part down on the left side there, what you need to do with all of the checks. Oh, let me hide after